Hey, boys and girls, happy Monday. I hope you had a wonderful weekend with this extraordinary weather that we've been having. This week, we're going to take a little step back into time and read about some people that may have had an influence on our history. So, the first one we're going to read about is Tomas Rivera. But before we get into his story, what I want to do is go over these two pages with you that you see in front of you. Our target skill this week is sequence of events, and I think you guys pretty much have that nailed down, which means that you are really good at that. We might do a couple practices with that this week, but I know that you guys have got that. But it says the order of events in a selection is called the sequence of events. In many selections, the events are told in time order. As you read, think about what happens first, next, and last, and you can use a flow chart to tell the order of events. So this is a flow chart, okay, because it flows down to the next step. The target strategy is to monitor or clarify. If some parts or words don't make sense, you can ask questions, reread, and use the pictures for help. Okay? And then previewing the topic, like I said, we're going to take a little step back in time into history. And it says people did many things long ago that we still do today. They went to school, they worked, families had fun together. Today we also do new things that people did not know about long ago. What do you do that your grandparents did not do as children? You will read about a boy and his grandpa in Tomas Rivera. And I know that back in October and November we did our unit of study on then and now. So we've covered most of this, but I thought it would be neat for us to see some people that we have not read about before. All right, let's see. The author's name is Jane Medina. It says Jane Medina is both a teacher and a writer, just like Tomas Rivera. She began writing when she was a teenager. Since then, she has written books of poems in Spanish and English. Meet the illustrator, Renee King Moreno. As a young girl, Renee King Moreno loved to draw and paint. She also loved going to the library. She studied art in school, and now she illustrates children's books. All right, so look at this. This genre is a biography. It tells about a person's life. Okay, we've talked about that before when you guys read some books to research your famous American that you did your project on. You probably came across a couple of biographies about that person. Okay, so as we're reading this, it says as you read, look for information about why the person is important and also look for the events in time order. All right, let's get started. Tomas Rivera. Tomas Rivera was born in Texas. Tomas and his family went from place to place picking crops. Tomas helped pick crops all day. It was a lot of work. When the work was done, Tomas would talk with his grandpa. Come quick, Grandpa called. It's time for stories. You tell the best stories, Tomas said. I wish I could tell great stories too. The next day, Grandpa said, we can get lots of stories for you, Tomas. When? Asked Tomas. Quick, hop in, Grandpa said with a wink. I will show you. Grandpa drove the truck up the road. This is a library, said Grandpa. Look at all the books, gasped Tomas. Read all you can, Tomas. It will help you think of lots of stories, said Grandpa. There were lots of books for Tomas to read. Some were funny and made him laugh. He read about boats, trains, and cars. He dreamed of space. Soon, Tomas was thinking of his own stories. Tomas began telling his stories. Then he wrote them on paper. When he was a grown-up, Tomas got a job as a teacher. He still wrote stories. Tomas Rivera's stories tell about people picking crops, just as his family did. Lots of people read his books. Now his name is on a big library. Many people go to the library. They get books, just as Tomas did. And there's a little sign that says Tomas Rivera Library. It was named after him. That was pretty neat, wasn't it? Okay. Pretty neat biography there. It'd be kind of cool to have a library named after us, wouldn't it? All right, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed that short little biography about Tomas Rivera. Feel free, obviously, if your mom wants to help you out, you can do some more research on that pretty neat guy. Okay, have a fabulous day. Talk to you soon.